the
tackles with 85. The deep ball for Darius Prince, and Philadelphia's on the board first.
On the draw, this is Bryson Allen. And Allen weaving his way all the way down to the 22. 10-yard line, 5. Mayfield, dancing all around. Throw it as far as he can throw it. Jump ball coming. Crazy stuff. Not this time.
And you want to be a wide receiver, you're going to have to take a little bit of a hit like that as Brown got him in that shoulder, but watch. Those are teeth.
Do we have a dentist on staff here?
Shady Sports, what's up, man? I'm joined by a very, very special guest, wide receiver for the Paraguay Lions, Mr. TRAVIER Fields Jackson. Trae, how you doing tonight, big dog?
Man, I'm doing all right. Just going through, as of right now, I'm going through the motions of just dealing with some family issues, but I'm just glad to be here on the show. Take me some time, get some time away from everything that's going on, and get to talk about football with stuff that I love. So let's do it.
Really, really happy, excited for you to come on the show. Really honored you're taking out the time with everything you have going on. But, right off the bat, you're a very multi-dimensional wide receiver. You remind me a lot of Doyle Green Beckham. From Missouri receiver, Calvin Johnson is another name that comes to mind when I think of you. Who are some guys you kind of model your game after?
You said the second receiver that you said, Calvin Johnson. Man, I love Megatron. Growing up, I even had a pair of the Megatron cleats, the Calvin Johnsons. Man, I had a pair of those, and then I realized I might not get as big as him, so I need to figure out what's going on. So AJ Green was another receiver that I like. Chad Johnson was another receiver. He's tall, but he's kind of slim, and type of person or type of receiver that I see myself as is a versatile. I've actually played tight end and running back, so I mean, I have a lot of a lot of tangibles that a lot of guys my size don't have. So that kind of separates me from a lot of receivers that you see playing now.
This offseason, you made a life-changing decision, in my opinion, to go overseas and play for the Paraguay Lions, previously 1-11 last year, coming into a situation. They're in full rebuild mode. They're trying to turn the program around. How honored are you that you've been blessed with the opportunity to play overseas?
Well, I've never been overseas ever. And when I got the phone call from Coach Reggie Mitchell, shout out to Coach Mitchell. He was one of my coaches when I went to school in Missouri, when I went to Missouri Southern. And he said, I believe in you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have he told me to get my passport so I can be passport ready. And I got a phone call from him, I want to say mid-August of last year. And he said, just like he said, be ready, have your passport ready, because I'm going to get you over here and we're going to get you some exposure, get you some film. And like I said, me never being overseas, it's going to be a big jump for me. This is going to be a big difference. My thing is I get to be back outside, get to do what I love, which is playing football outside again. And so, man, I'm excited. Words really can't explain it because, like I said, never been overseas. It's going to be a completely different experience for me, for most people. So I'm just honored to be able to travel and get to experience things that I've never experienced before.
That's going to be huge for you. Did you ever have any second thoughts about playing the AFL instead? Was that any conversation that had been had with any of your former coaches, or was it always outside or bust?
Well, of course, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody is playing in arena ball, indoor football, no matter where you're at. Of course, the goal is to get back outside. So it wasn't a second thought. Of course, I'm I reached out to the coaches that got me a contract to play in the AFL. I let him know the situation, and he was respectful. Coach Pat Pimmel, shout out to Coach Pimmel. Um, he made the transition from the AFL to European Football League is easy because he, like I said, take the chance. Not a lot of people get the opportunity. He wanted me to take this opportunity, so shout out to Coach Pimmel for pushing me to go ahead and go overseas.
I wanted to talk about that. Last year you were with Topeka, for a short period of time. You were coached by Coach Pimmel, offense coordinator. I love the offense here, by the way. But Coach Pimmel, offense coordinator, Richard Davis was the head coach,
Yep.
and you kind of went in there. It was a situation where they were kind of thrown into it last minute, but
Yep.
you guys made something out of nothing. You got the first win in franchise history, but most importantly, those two guys, how crucial were they in your development as a football player and as a man?
Well, it's kind of when you go into a situation like that where, like, because I went to Topeka and only played 3 games, last 3 games. So that's kind of when you have to take in the love of football into account. Like, I know I'm not about to get paid much. I know I got to travel almost 10 hours to go get there. And you get there not knowing the situation, not knowing what's going on. But they tell you, hey, believe in what we're doing, and we're going to get this team a win. And we did. Their very first win in conference in Topeka Tropics history. And that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That kind of helped us gel together and stuff like really gel together. Coach Davis was his coaching methods are unorthodox, which is a lot of coaches' methods are unorthodox. Nobody coaches the same. Nobody coaches this. No coach coaches exactly like this. But and Coach Pimmel, he was the same way. The motivational speaking, just like speak highly of whatever play he has. He doesn't doubt anybody. He doesn't have any. I say he doesn't fault anybody for what they're doing. As long as we rolling fast, we got a football. We got football games. So Coach Davis and Coach Pimmel, they were a really good tandem. Uh, like I said, it worked out in the end because we got a dub. So.
One of your quarterbacks in Topeka happens to be one of your best friends, your roommate, Mr. Devon Uy Blair Jr., man. What a great guy. But, you've known him for a while. What kind of development have you seen in him since the first time you met him, and how has your relationship progressed over the years?
Man, that's my brother. Devon, that's my brother. I can't explain that relationship any more than that. Like one, for a little bit of my background, in my immediate family, I have 3 sisters, no brothers. So I'm the only boy. So if I jailed with somebody, that's gonna be it's guaranteed gonna be tight. So me and Devon, we had a moment sitting in my car. Say, man, because this one was football. It wasn't even about football at this point. It was life. And it took football away from us. Say, man, look, me and you, no matter what happens, we're going to roll together. We was the first people on the field and the last people off. We get there, we'll be working for 2 hours straight, then realize, oh, snap, we got to go. We got stuff to do. Literally, whatever we did, wherever he was, I was. Wherever I was, he was, and it kind of transitioned over into life, and then kind of transitioned over into football again. Because after his little stints in the IFL with the Vegas and the Oilers, after no, it's after he left San Diego, he said, "Hey Trae, I'm about to go to Topeka. I mean, it's not gonna be for long. It's only 3 games, but I need you. I need some receivers. They about to let me play quarterback, and I'm trying to give you opportunity. Especially you need to film. And at that point, that's what I was thinking. 3 games to get some film, put some good film on tape, and man, like I said, it was crazy because we was excited. We was about to go to Philly together. that was going to be another. We was about to give him a show. It was about to give him a show. And like I said, it's outside of football. Me and his relationship is tight. Like I said, we gel together, and it'll probably take a little bit for to knock us off. Like man, like I said, I can't even explain that type of relationship that we have. Like I said, it's a special brotherhood, special bond. Like I said, if I could get him into Prague, guarantee you I would have him in the Prague and playing quarterback.
That's amazing. That's really great to hear that you have someone always looking out for you, someone that has your back. That's important for every man to have in their life. But I wanted to that transition here to your career. You went to Red Oak High School. You're from Dallas, Texas. DFW. Talk to me about how competitive and hustle of a football environment that is.
Well, I'm gonna say when I was in high school, the Red Oak High School that it is today, it's not even the same. It's not even comparable. Now, when I was in high school, I want to say my sophomore year, my first year on varsity, we went 10-3, went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. We was three games from the state championship. We lost that the next year, literally the next year, 4-6, completely different transition. And with Texas, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been out here to Texas and seen Texas high school football, man, but we go hard. The weight rooms are different, stadiums are different, the vibes are different. Like Friday Night Lights, totally different party. You would think it was a college football game, especially with the way, especially like small town football. Small town football is probably some of the best football that you'll ever see because it's a commitment to the game that you'll see only in places like Florida or Georgia or Cali. It's just different. We breathe football. We bleed football. That's all we know. That's all we know. We love it down here. I went to school with players like James Prochet, plays for the Browns now. That kind of explains about how serious we take it. But like I said, Red Oak was in a different school, wasn't the same school when I went to school. Like I said, I didn't have that exposure as far as like football. The coaching staff now is completely different from the coaching staff then. It's a big difference, and I love it. Big transition.
That's awesome to be part of a program that is coming up, and you're kind of a staple. When you think about Red Oak growing, you were part of it. You were part of the beginning. I wanted to know, playing at that tough high school environment, did that get you ready for how tough JUCO was at Trinity Valley?
But yeah, so if you didn't know UIL rules, they base all of that off NCAA. So Texas high school football, we're already a little bit advanced as far as like playing on the college level. The hashes are a little smaller in. The numbers are the same as the college field, so yeah, it in a position to be ready for the next level for sure. And then, like I said, the atmosphere didn't matter where you was at. You're gonna hear some noise. Guarantee you're gonna hear some noise. I played in Allen Eagle Stadium, $60 million stadium. Never had the chance to experience that ever in life. But playing in that stadium and going to Trinity Valley, the JUCO that we were at, like I said, it wasn't too much of a difference besides picking up the speed of the game. But that happens fast. It happens really fast.
Before we go to your next school, I kind of wanted to take a pit stop and talk about someone that's been with you and someone who's a very, very vocal supporter. Your father, Mr. Terry Jackson, he's a very, very active supporter of you. Always advocates for you. How has he pushed you to be the best version of yourself?
Oh well, literally the best thing he told me to do was be myself. And like I said, he was the one that introduced me to the game of football, age 5. I didn't go into flag football. He jumped me right into a tackle. So it was more like he made me the person that I am today, more or less. Like uh I can remember games or some games like my family, we went through a lot when I was growing up. So some games they were there, some games they were not. But I guarantee if I see my dad in the stands, he's not sitting down. He's on the edge. He's on the edge of the bleachers every game. And we got a thing. Believe it or not, we was doing this before Dez even graduated high school. Throw up the X. We've been doing that since I was in Pee Wee football. And that's it. They just uh a good motivation. Like I said, I can't explain how much support my dad is giving me. Like I said, it's there's days where he say, "Oh yeah, you're lazy, blah blah blah, you're lazy, he's doing this and that." But then he gets to the football games and he see, okay, so you have been working. I'm proud of you, son. Keep going. That's it. That's literally all he says. Be yourself and keep going. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about the things you can't control. Control what you can and keep moving forward.
He's super great. He's super professional. I have a lot of respect for him, and I can tell he taught you a lot about that. But going from a junior college to
Mhm.
a D2 Missouri Southern, what was that transition like for you?
Um, I wouldn't say it was much of a big transition because I started out at Angelo State coming out of high school. Um, so I've already had the experience of a Division two or big Division two with they're on the transition of probably going D1 here within the next 2 years. But had the opportunity to experience that and kind of got too deep into it, the experience. So I transferred to the JUCO and man, I have a lot of respect for the guys that go to JUCO and that actually, because my first year at JUCO, I didn't go on scholarship. I paid for everything, financial aid, out of pocket, whatever I can do to just to make the transition work. And it did. I made it work because I worked hard. I worked really hard, and I earned a scholarship my my red shirt sophomore year. And like I said, it wasn't too much of a transition, too much of a culture shock because, like I said, in Texas we got a lot of small towns. Athens, Trinity Valley, Athens, Texas, probably about what 15,000 small town. Well, compared to a lot of other, but that's 15,000. That's small, and you literally become a hometown hero there in Athens. And I still have quote unquote people that I call family down there. And then transitioning to Missouri, uh, it was a little weird because never been in the Midwest, and I learned that Missouri Southern used to be a JUCO prior to becoming a university, so it was still kind of small. So it wasn't really much of a transition that I had to deal with. It was just more of getting the things that I need to get done while I was there. Really, pretty much that was it. Like handling my business while I was there and taking what I learned in JUCO to that university.
You know, I understand after your career at Missouri Southern. Missouri Southern, I kind of want to touch on that a little bit. Do you feel like there were any politics involved in you not playing? And when you look at your experience as a whole, how would you overall assess it?
Uh, that was Missouri Southern was a oh man, I can't even. That was an experience for me because I went to Missouri Southern with the intentions of playing receiver, and I get there. Now, mind you, I'm maybe 6 months fresh, 6 to 8 months fresh off of knee surgery. So I get there thinking I'm gonna play receiver, put on some weight, and then I'm thinking maybe. I think this is in my head. We have too many receivers. We want you to play tight end. In my mind, I want to get on the field. So yeah, I do whatever willing to take. Do whatever it takes to get on the field. It's just my mental state. Um, I put on 20 pounds of muscle. I'm 220. The very first week of fall camp, I dropped down to 205, and they still want me to play tight end. Now, not too many tight ends, play at 205, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes as long as I touch the field. Don't matter, and in which I did. And as the season begins to progress, and I see how the coaching staffs are treating everything and how they're going about winning games, it just kind of makes me want to go back to playing receiver because from what I'm seeing is I can help more where I am. I can help more at receiver where I am now. Like I'm at 205 playing tight end, blocking guys. It's 250. I'm out of blocking tight end. So every time I come in the game, everybody knows it's going to be a pass. So that kind of just really just like I said hurt my exposure because I didn't get any film, and all the film that I did get were games that I barely played. But like I said, when I get in the game, I make you feel me. I averaged 20 yards a catch, but I couldn't play. Didn't make sense to me. But um, I even had a punt return for 19 yards. Couldn't play receiver. Okay, so I really think politics had a lot to do with that because the coaching staff that they brought in guys that they played with them already. So it was kind of, hey, we know who we want at this position. Could you help us out here? Cool, I'll help out. That season went by. I tried to make the transition back to receiver. They didn't let me do it. Okay, cool. And then crazy things happened with the coaching staff about a lot of shady stuff happened under the table, and then they left. New coaching staff came in, which where I commit Coach Mitchell. They still wanted me to play tight end. Not feeling it. Talked to Coach Mitchell. I got a big back for you. What's up? He looked at me up and down, sized me up. This was Thursday. The very next Monday, he put me in with the Sharks, and the rest is history. He let me play running back, and he literally told me, he said, "Hey, just like I said, get your passport, stay ready, and we'll be in touch." So that experience at Missouri Southern was something different because, like I said, it didn't feel like university level football. It didn't feel like I was in college at all. It was draining, is what it was. It was coming to the point where football wasn't fun anymore, and we literally had to find it in ourselves to go make it football fun again. If we wasn't having fun, practice wasn't good, and it just kind of rolled over. We shouldn't have won the two games that we did win were the games that we played our best, and then the games that we lost, we played our best and still fell short. Put up numbers, crazy numbers, 50 points, 40 points, but still can't win. Just don't get it. So we had all the talent in the world, but when it really came down to it, it came down to coaching. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing with talent if you can't put everybody in the right place.
Without a doubt. And, Trae, I'll be honest, when I broke down your film, I did a whole breakdown. I watched all 3 games with Topeka the other day, actually, and you make an impact on every single play, whether it's pass blocking, run blocking, you try to get involved. And I think that's really going to help you when you go over to Europe, where that's a huge part of the game outdoors. I wanted to ask you, you talked about Shady. Speaking of Shady, the Major League of Football. You had a brief experience with that. I have to bring it up, my guy. I mean, what was your experience like with that? And did you know that there were red flags when you entered in?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know any type of red flags going into because who recruited me for the Major League Football was Coach Mitchell, Coach Reggie Mitchell, the same one who recruited me for the Prague Lions. He was so sure of what was going on, so it wasn't like nobody knew what was gonna happen because everything was rolling the right way. Everything was rolling the right way. Bought me a flight in. We get there, transition smooth into the hotel. About 3 weeks into training camp, I guarantee the Ohio Force would have beat every last single team in there. And it wasn't just because I was on the team. We had some dogs. And man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Major League Football would have been a good thing. If they, if if people would have got along on the train and rode along with it, Major League Football could have took off. It could have been just like XFL, USL, USFL, UFL, all of that. But man, I'm gonna tell you about the day we found out that the league was folding. So the day before, no, it was a Thursday. So the Wednesday before, we had a little jamboree where they got all four teams together, and um, and they had a little showcase where we was just each team played each other for a couple of snaps, and then would transition. Like it was beautiful. And the only team that practiced that very next day was the Ohio team. So whatever's going on, we don't know about. We're just in practice. Get back to the hotel, get in the shower. I'm feeling good because, like I said, had a good day of practice. We just played everybody yesterday. We already know what type of team we have. We're finna run through this league. As I'm in the shower, I'm getting messages in the group chat, blah blah blah. Hey, the league is folding. This is happening. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me get out the shower. Get out the shower. Get my clothes on. Going through my bag, see what's going on, and I pick up the phone, and then everybody comes knocking at my door, and then the maintenance man comes knocking on the door. As he says that, he's taking the batteries out the key card. You have to swipe the card to get in. He's taking the batteries out the lock. So I'm asking what's going on. What is going on? He says go talk to the operations manager downstairs, and he'll have a better answer for you. Go downstairs, get it figured out. General manager of the hotel says, "Hey, the bill hasn't been paid in 3 weeks. They've been feeding us, they've been catering to us, cleaning after us, everything. Hasn't been paid in 3 weeks. Mind you, we going back and forth to practice. Uh, I mean, and it's not just happening at our hotel. There's four teams. Two are staying at the biggest hotel in Mobile, Alabama. There's two other teams at two separate hotels. So what's happening at this hotel is happening at the other hotels right now. So everybody getting kicked out. Had to find most people found their own way home. Some people they say they're gonna pay for Greyhound buses to send them home. Um we got kicked out of the hotel rooms Thursday. I didn't get home till that Saturday night. I sold my car right before I got to Mobile, Alabama. Like I said, that was an experience that I pray that I never have to go through again. Cause that's when I realized that any level of pro football is a business, and if you don't have the funds, you ain't gonna have no fun. So that was kind of an eye-opening moment for me to realize that football on this level is you can have the love for the game as much as you want, but it can be taken away from you just like that.
You know, Trae, It's been amazing having you on the show today. I'm so glad I finally got to speak with you. Knowing you through Devon and really watching you grind and you two push each other to be great every single day is extremely motivating to me. My final question for you tonight is going into this 2024 season. New adventure, new environment, new team. What's your biggest thing that's going to keep you motivated every single day? And what's your biggest goal for the season?
My biggest motivation, making a name, because I've never had the opportunity to from high school up until now, never really had the opportunity to showcase what I've been able to do. Um, I started playing football as a running back. Then I got to high school. They told me I was too big to play running back, so I had to retrain myself to play receiver because I've never had to catch a ball. I've never had to run a route. I've never had to do anything. So coming out of high school, I wasn't a 4-star recruit, wasn't a 3-star recruit. I was at 0 stars. I didn't go to any combines. I didn't go to any pro days. I didn't go to anything major like that. I scored 4 touchdowns in high school. In my high school career, I scored 8 touchdowns. For my junior year, for my senior year. And like I said, just never really had the exposure. My coaches always told me, if they're good, they'll come find you. Not realizing that, hey, if you go to some of these camps, people will see you. Never could afford to go into any camps. So I just kind of did what I could within my body to get me where I am. Did a lot of this stuff without an agent. And paying for a lot of, I took a tryout to Vegas, paid for all that just to be told that, at least what it felt like to me, that I wasn't good enough to be on the team. So I took that with a grain of salt. Literally, my goal for 2024 is to make people remember my name and realize what I'm capable of. And like I said, I've been patient for so long. I've been held back for so long. So this is the opportunity that I've been waiting on to literally just be myself. And it is, I don't care what number I get, but the name on the back of the plate, the name on the back of the shoulder pads, I guarantee that's literally my only goal. And to take whatever league that I touch, whether it's the European Football League, German Football League, NFL, UFL, don't matter. I want to make them feel me and realize that, hey, we might have missed somebody. We might have missed somebody back in the day. That is my main goal, to make some people regret what they missed out on. So,
Hey, I'm so excited for you, man. I look forward to you becoming the face of your team, the face of the league, and most importantly, the face of the country. So best of luck, man. Keep grinding, and I look forward to hearing from you here soon.
yes, sir. Like I said, I appreciate you for having me on the show, Chris. It was an honor. Because like I said, we've been trying to work on this. We've been working on this probably last November or something like that, and we finally got it together, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Maybe having you on the show again at some point during the season, and yeah, man. So we definitely want to be in touch. We can get this thing rolling, so we can, like I said, let people know who I am, because they need to know.
That's it.
I'm a game changer.